All right. I just want to make this video real quick. It's going to be about what this world's coming to, and it blows my mind, honestly. It incredibly just blows my mind of like where people are at right now in this world. So basically what happened on the internet, what the entire world is talking about, a photo appeared, 3 photos, where somebody took a picture of a fucking dress. Somebody took a picture of a dress at a mall. And then they see what they did was they took it to Photoshop and they added it and made it in black and blue, white and gold. And they posted the photos on the internet and had people debating whether or not what color it was. And the whole world got behind this. People were sharing this photo, talking about this photo, debating about this photo everywhere on social media, the internet, all over the place, whether or not what color this photo was. Are we in fucking kindergarten? We have full-blown adults debating on colors. Fucking colors. If this dress was white or gold or black and blue. Does it fucking matter? Does it all have any relevance to your life and what you're doing? It doesn't. It doesn't matter at all. But people made it a big fucking deal and talked about it. And this is what blows my mind. People would rather talk about and debate about and argue about a fucking color of a dress and some stupid bullshit that doesn't matter than versus real world problems. It blows my fucking mind that people would rather argue about shit that doesn't matter and come together and argue about shit that doesn't matter and make a voice about it than make a voice about something that does matter. So something else happened in the news yesterday. Washington, D.C., the mayor, she held a vote. She did the democratic process and held a vote where she let the people choose what they wanted. Now, what she let people choose what they wanted on was whether or not to legalize marijuana. Now, she held the vote and she held the conference. Now, what happened is that she let the people vote. She did her part as a leader and let people vote for democracy for what they wanted. She let the people choose for themselves. And 7 of 10 of the people who voted said, sure, legalize pot. And so she did. She passed a law that allowed people in that area of DC to legally have marijuana. And the thing is, right after that, Congress said and threatened the mayor that they were going to throw her and her whole family in jail for having the audacity to pass a law like that, to ever allow people to have drugs like that in the capital of the United States. How fucked up is that? You have a tyrannical fucking government system playing Big Brother, telling the area, people playing the democracy part of the country that we fucking live in was founded upon by our forefathers 300 years ago for everything they stood for, all our values and everything, getting destroyed right there by a tyrannical government threatening and demanding that a mayor gets thrown in prison for having the audacity to pass a law that the people fucking wanted who live there. If that doesn't work, then what's the point of democracy? We might as well just be a dictatorship where we're run by 400 group of fucking people in fancy suits and ties who are all manipulated and fucking controlled and fucking, I can't even think of the goddamn word right now, but they're fucking, oh, I can't even think of it. Fuck! They're influenced by the goddamn thoughts of other bigger corporations and banks that tell them what to do. They influence them on what should be passed and what should be passed, and they pay them heavily for it. Now, we live in a country where finally, people are getting the idea that you should legalize stuff that people want. This isn't fucking new. Our country was founded on this idea, but we forgot about it. And the problem is the last time this country actually had a real conscious movement where people came together in unity, in protest, and where change was going to happen was the 1960s and 70s, where we had leaders like MLK, JFK, and Gandhi, people like that spreading beautiful ideas and beliefs of peace, unity, protesting, civil rights, equal equality between man, woman, and child, where everybody was the same, which we are all the same. We all have 2 eyes, a mouth, a nose, 2 ears, arms, legs, and a body. We are not different from each other. But the thing is, that's the last time we had a movement like that, where we had people allowing that. And then what the system did? The system decided to pass laws and regulations that destroyed stage 1 drugs like marijuana and shrooms, shit that grows naturally on this planet. They passed laws to get rid of that stuff because they don't want people asking questions. It makes no fucking sense that shit that grows naturally on this planet is deemed and labeled more dangerous than crystal meth and heroin. How does that make any sense? Those drugs can fuck you up and kill you, but it's okay to push out cigarettes, alcohol, and painkillers to people because as long as our fucking masters make money and as long as the masters get the fortunes from people buying their shit, everyone's happy. But the thing is, if you ever give people an ability to start questioning things, then problems start stirring. And the government doesn't want people asking questions. No, they want people to be obedient slaves. And back in the 1920s, when the Rockefellers, the JP Morgans, the Dale Carnegies, the Henry Fords had all the money in the world from their super businesses that they built, they influenced and changed the past century. They started influencing ideas and beliefs in government and business and life itself. They influenced and programmed and started programming the people of that era. And it changed lives. And the thing is, back in the 1960s and 70s, we had leaders like MLK, JFK, and Gandhi, people coming out spreading beautiful ideas of this, of peace and love and unity around the country, and people were digging it. People were coming together and enjoying this belief. And we're united under one banner, one unity, and the world was listening. And it wasn't until the system killed them, assassinated JFK, assassinated MLK, assassinated Gandhi, got rid of the people who had the voices, and the movement died. That's the last time that this country had a real conscious fucking movement and something that was real. Not this artificial shit nowadays where it's 2015, where we're living in this world, we're all fucking distracted about fucking dresses that are whether or not they're white or gold or black and blue. We are more preoccupied with shit that does not matter than real world problems that people should be talking about every single day. And the thing is, I know everyone's coming from, it's like, oh, I could never change the world. I'm just one man. I can't make a difference. You're right. You are 100% fucking right. Divided, we are none, but together we are many. And the thing is, by yourself, alone, you couldn't change the world. You have very little influence. But say, if we just had 100,000 people, I'm not even going to say 1 million, but just 100,000 people united under one idea, one banner, one flag, one belief, one philosophy, the whole world would listen. And if you went to DC right in front of the Washington Monument, like they did back in the 60s and 70s, and had a conference and spoke aloud your voice and your opinion, the world would fucking listen and it would change for the better. But the problem is, there's no movement like that nowadays. There's no leader stepping up and being a true, honest leader that isn't corrupted or influenced by large business or big corporations that make them change their motives or change what they stand for, their values. But we need a world where people need to understand that there's more than money. Because this world is going, this country we live in, this whole world is going to enter a fucking civil war. Have you seen what's going on with police brutality? Have you seen what's going on in the goddamn industry? Have you seen what's going on in the news? How fucked up it is? I mean, honestly, one day a cop's going to kill a black kid, and then everyone's going to start pulling out guns and killing police officers. And then the cops are going to retaliate and start killing people. Then the National Guard's going to come in, and then it's just going to be a slaughter fest. And I don't want a civil war. I don't. That's the last thing I want. I don't want a world where people are killing each other and we hate each other when we're all the same fucking being. We're all the fucking same. But if we came together as one group, one super organism, one fucking common purpose of change, and just say 1 million of us. There's 330 million people in this country. If just 1 million came together, the whole world would listen. The world would change drastically if we could just stick with it. And it would be a beautiful fucking thing where it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, Mexican, Latino, Puerto Rican. It doesn't matter. We would all be together under one flag. It's 2015, people. This is in the 1990s. We live in the age of information and technology where the internet was supposed to free us up, allow us to express ourselves, allow us to share ideas that would bring a new conscious awakening to this planet. But the problem is we have a fucking age of internet where it's full of stupid fucking people who talk about banter and useless shit that doesn't matter, that means nothing, that will never matter in their lives. But they find that that's more important than real world problems. And if we actually had people, we actually had leaders, and we actually had a movement where people decided this system's broken, which it fucking is, especially when you have a tyrannical government threatening to throw people in jail for following fucking basic principles of democracy, what this country was founded on. And it's so broken that if we just had that movement happen, we're just a million people decide to stand together under one flag, one banner, one belief, one idea, the whole world would change. It would be so beautiful. It would be an absolutely beautiful experience. And the worst part is it's going to happen whether one way or not. It's either going to happen in the way of a civil war where everyone's fucking killing each other, or it's going to happen the peaceful way back in the 60s and 70s like it should have stayed. But the problem is the system that influenced the government killed the people who were leading that charge, killed the leaders who were standing up and speaking, killed the people who actually gave a fuck. And then as soon as that movement died, it all went away. And we need to get back to that roots. We need to get back to a new conscious awakening where people are starting to ask the right questions, not useless fucking questions that don't matter. People need to start waking up. Waking up to a world and realizing it doesn't have to fucking be this way. I understand you accept it how it is, but it doesn't have to stay this way. You can change it, not by yourself, but with a group of fucking people who are with you 100% of the way. It doesn't have to be violent. It can be peaceful. It can be loving. It can be eternal, and it could last forever if we stand together and do it as a group. If we decide to come together as one entity, one superorganism, everything would change. Everything. Because you can't silence a million people. Because when a million people come together, that makes a lot of fucking noise. And when you make a lot of noise, people tend to listen. And then when people listen, even more people will hear you. And even more people will see what you're doing. Even more people will support it and wake up. It'd be a beautiful fucking thing. And that's a world where we're entering the creative era, the conscious era, where hopefully one day we can get there, where people can be people to each other. And there's no more killing. There's no more violence. There's no more hate. There's no more negligence and racism. It's going to always be there. I understand that, but we can have more of a structure where people are, cool with it, where human beings can be human beings and not neurotic, dysfunctional fucks like most of us are nowadays, that are broken and fucking ruined by the structure that we're sitting in, from our jobs, from our families, from our lives, that ruin us when our lives should be freeing us. Anyways, that's that rant. Peace out.